think we're live. So I'm Tyler, and I made this app, compasscalendar.com, and then I open sourced it, and now I can show you all the code and write it in front of you, and that's pretty fun. That's why we're here. So there's the landing page if you don't know about it. Here's the button if you actually want to use it. The code's at the bottom, and then there's also a doc site if you're technical and want to know a little bit more about like how it works. Click around there. That's 3 websites for you: the compasscalendar.com, the docs, and then the actual app. But today we're working on this thing, and I'm always paranoid that I'm not actually streaming, so it's hard for me to know. Oh, here we go. Okay, there's me. Okay, it's working. Sorry. Okay, so we're streaming, and we're working on the issue that I brought up, which is this one. So as part of the app, I kept on making it, and then I would have it working locally. I'm like, okay, I got to get it working like in the real world. So I build on the files, compile it, and that got old. So I'm like, all right, I'll create a CLI. Everything's written in TypeScript, so it has to be transpiled to JavaScript, and the environment variables need to move over, and blah, 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 blah. So I made the CLI, and then I went and open sourced it, and I had to take out a lot of the hard-coded stuff in the CLI just to get it working. And it's been in the state where it's like, it kind of works, but I have to do so much work to actually deploy it now, because it's like a hodgepodge of just like workarounds from what it used to be. So now it's like, okay, let me go back and fix it up, because we are getting some action in the repo. We got some PRs in. We're going to have more, and the more that happens, like, I don't want to keep manually updating the CLI all the time, and like hand holding it and forgetting how to deploy, and like, I just want it to work. So also shout out real quick to our first PR contributor from the doc site. This was courtesy of Azar Ahmed. So he wrote a little doc on how to troubleshoot things when it wasn't working locally, and I was a little petty and I changed some things about it and merged it under my name, but he helped out, so thanks, buddy. Appreciate that. Cool. So all right, that was a lot of talking. Let's look at the code. I want to show you what it's doing now. So I have some work on that other branch, but I'm gonna go to main, and I'm already behind one. That makes sense, because I merged a fix today or yesterday. So okay, I'm here. Let's imagine I got the code working locally and I want to do the CLI. So I'm just going to do CLI-B for build. What else do we got? There's like oh boy, it's slow right now. I'll talk about that in a sec. But you can build, you can delete user data, you can set the environment, force things, set the packages, and specify a specific user ID. So it's not too fancy, but it's got a help menu. It's got some prompts. You'll see that. Building's the most common, I'd say. So I'm just going to do that and then follow the prompts. I'm trying to show you where it's at right now. All right, so it says, what package do you want to build? There's the front end and the back end. So it's like, do you want to do both, one or the other? And then this message comes from, can I blow this up a little? Let's see. Oh yeah, that's nice. This message says that's connected to the database, which you'll need for whatever we're doing on the node side. So let's say, okay, I want to do the node packages. I hit space. Now I'm hitting enter. Now it's like, what environment do you want to do? I'll do staging, because it has to like hard code some stuff once it knows that for the build files and environment variables. So now it's going from TypeScript to JavaScript. Everything's in TypeScript, like I said. I can't tell you how much time I spent just wrapping my head around how TypeScript and deploying stuff work. Like, I thought you could just run TypeScript files on a server, but you can't. It has to go back to JavaScript. And it spent so much time just like configuring it, because I first started this when TypeScript was kind of new, and it just wasn't that clear. So all right, we got some issues with this, but I'm not gonna worry about it because this is on main anyway, so it's not the branch I'm going to work on. But what it would do is it finishes the transpiling, and then it would put things in the build under packages. And so, yeah, that's all my just JavaScript files are in there. Then I would take all that, I would copy it over to the server, and then I could run it directly, which felt so weird coming from like a Python Java place where there's just like a jar or an executable, just to have those raw files out there, like hundreds of them, and it like that's like how it works. But I don't know, I guess I got used to the madness since then. So where were we? Let's go back to where ideally I want the build to work, and I want some better error messages and some edge case handling. So I talk about those things here. What do we got? All right, if you don't specify an env variable when you're setting things up, as I briefly stated in here, nothing's gonna work. But right now, it'll let you try to build it anyway. So it's like you're waiting for the build to happen, and then you get it going on the server, and like nothing's there. So that's not a great experience for newcomers either. So I want to check, is that file, does that exist? And then if it does, then we can move forward. And then I want, a little more concrete steps on what's going on. And this is a warning that I think I've cleared up already, but it happened because I was missing a package. So sneaking that in. It's not necessarily specific to the CLI, but why not? I can do what I want. Because I can. I would ideally, like in a real world job setting, I'd create separate PRs, but I don't want to, so I'm not gonna. Right. And then I have one link there. So, okay, it's documented like enough. I'm hoping I can crank this out and just get it in, so it'll just work in the future, and that's the goal. So that's the whole preamble. At this point, I think we're ready to go back. So I think it was whip, build update. Yeah, then we're going to pop my settings. And then before I forget, I'm going to put an appropriate branch name. So this will be oh man, it's so zoomed in. Okay, it's number 48. I'm trying to do like semantic git commits. Do you guys know what that is? I'm learning this, like this whole style. This is a new thing for me, but it is nice. So I'm trying to do that with branches too and commit messages. No, I'll just do it with the commit and not worry about it so much with the branch. We'll do, this is feature, build. Is it a feature or is it a fix? We'll say fix. Build script. What? It already exists? Was I already doing this? What? I don't see it. Git branch -m fix build script. Weird. I don't get why that would exist, but I wouldn't be able to see it in the list. Build CLI is fine. That's fine. All right, so I already did a couple things. Yeah, I changed the order. I'm adding some just better logging. And what I need to figure out is how to handle promises and awaiting and like wrapping terminal commands. Because right now it's all from a TypeScript file, and then the TypeScript goes to JavaScript, and then there's a JavaScript library called shell, which lets me execute shell commands. But the problem is I don't know, like, it's hard to wait for the output from a shell command and then execute things based on what the output was, because I'm working with error codes and I have to use JavaScript's async promise stuff, and I don't really know how shell bash works with that. So it's like, maybe you'll see what I mean, where some commands are finishing sooner than others. So let's just look at what it's like after my changes I made. I might have to clear out the stuff from before. Node staging. Yeah, okay, we got in here already. Good. So we have some messages. I like that better. Removing old packages build. Removed it. That makes sense. This is throwing me off how it said it copied the env file to the build, but there's no like hourglass. Like, I thought that's how I was prefacing the commands, but anyway, it's copying some configs to the build now, but it couldn't write to the file destination. I think there's some kind of race conditions going on. That's happened twice with the package JSONs. But see, okay, here's what I mean. This failed, and I should be like waiting to get this output and check if it failed, and then be like, okay, let's just stop here. But it says that failed, and then it continued to compile JavaScript from the TypeScript, and we're seeing the same error that we got on main. And then it's failing with error code 2, but it's like, where does it fail? It's just jeez. What a disaster. What a disaster. First things, we're just gonna bye-bye that whole thing. Well, let me do that. rm-rf build. Think about it. Do I want to do that? I always try to think before I RF something. I do. Goodbye. Let's try it one more time just to see if that was a factor. Node packages. Staging. Same thing. It's like any file that's trying to go to that build directory isn't getting there. But can we check real quick? There is no build directory, but the compiling is still going to attempt to work. So I feel like this is all building up in, so TypeScript will create this if it doesn't exist, but these copy commands won't. So maybe that's part of my problem. So you're right. And then we have this stuff. I think we have two separate things going on. One is that I'm doing a copy command, and I don't think the copy command will create a directory by default. So I'm going to have to check and make it first. And so those files aren't there. And then this is some kind of node modules. Gross stuff. So we're going to wipe all that too. Goodbye. And then we're going to do, I think we'll just leave it like that. Like maybe I don't need node modules locally for my dev environment, and I'll try to just make it from the build. See if that second error goes away. And while that's going, okay, I can't. I do need those files. So I'm gonna run yarn. This is gonna take a while. I'm gonna look up we're gonna ask Chad how to, like, can I create directories in the same copy command? Let's see. Can I create? Can the cp Unix command create directories if they don't exist? If not, how can I do that simply before running a copy command? What do we got? No. Okay. I have to make the dir -p. Will make dir run or fail if it already exists. Make dir -p. Is there any downside to running make dir on a directory that already exists? What happens then? Harmless, huh? That's good. Okay, so it's not like it'll overwrite things or fail. Apparently, we can do that. So okay, that's still running. I remember it failed during the copying step, right? So let's go back there. It's probably here. Can get rid of that one. Kind of zoom in for y'all. Plus. Ooh, that's big. Okay. Oh, it's so big. Copy config files. Yeah, it was config files and also some other type of file too, the package files. Build packages. Is there anything before that? Oh, it's cooking. The thing is cooking. I can hear it. I don't think so. Yeah, we're just getting info and then we're running build packages. And we're just focusing on Node right now. And I'm going to assume this works. And we're copying files. And we got the environment file. And we got... and we're checking if that exists. All right, this was the part I was talking about. And I already wrote it, so sorry. Sorry I didn't do it live, but it's here. This is we're testing if this file exists, this environment file, before going. If it doesn't, we're prompting the person if they want to continue anyway. They probably don't. I wonder if I could can I set a default? I can do a default. Yeah, let's do that real quick. Let's just sneak that in. Default is false. Because I don't know why you'd want to do that. I'm not going to test that because I'm feeling reckless and we only got 10 minutes left. So moving on to right here. This is probably where it's failing. So this includes our whole path. We're just going to do a little temporary log creating node builder. If it yeah, that's true, right? That's what we're doing. Node build. And we're going to listen to Chad and do, no, not copy, make dir -p. Yeah, that looks good. Build dir. This is my little thing that doesn't make sense to anyone, but no, too much. I know if I have this, then I'm gonna go back and like fix it and like look at it because I don't want those logs to actually be around. It's probably a little much, but for now it'd be good. And then one more is test-e. What does test-e do? Does that work for directories? Let me see. Let's test it real quick. Okay, those are done finally. Test-e build. See what I mean? It's like, what is the output of this? You have to do something like this. Can I do that directly? If build, then echo, it works on DIRs. Fee. Woo! Little code in the CLI while we're building a CLI. All right. Oh, feeling good now. We're feeling good now. If shell.test -e. We're just testing that it actually works, like for real. I don't think we need all that. Okay, if all that it work D just for me. Okay, I want this. If I can get this, I'm happy. We're doing a lot without actually testing it, so let's test it. Come on, boy. Come on. Just want to build. Node packages. Staging. Okay, but we're still getting the error. What? Why? This makes me think it might be a async promise await nonsense thing. I didn't want it to be this because it's going to be more work. Let me think. Removing the packages, like that's always worked. Cool. Creating node build, it worked. Okay, I copied it over to the build, and then started compiling, and it said it compiled real quick. That doesn't seem right. And then it started installing, but there was no lock file. And I couldn't find this package. Oh, what happened? What happened, y'all? An unexpected error occurred. Not found. Let's look at what are we dealing with here. Okay, that's there. That's good. This is here. That's good. Those files are there. That's good. Don't want to see that. So what's the actual issue? Copying package configs to build. Well, we know this didn't work, so let's figure that out first. Could not write to destination file. So it says it wasn't writable at that time. So let's see if it is now. You're getting in the way, buddy. You're getting in the way. I'm just going to ls that. Oh, okay, interesting. Is this just a path thing? Compass build node packages backend package JSON packages backend. Oh, yeah, it is. What? No such file direct. Hold on. Build. Oh wait, I was looking at Let's look at my dev stuff. Build, node, packages, backend. All right, it's not there. That is accurate. That did not get copied over. Did core get? There's no package JSON in core either. But how about, yeah. Okay, so the main one's there. All right, we got something to work off of. There should be the package JSON files, but they're not there. Copying package configs to build. Compass root. So here's the ones we're taking, and we're putting it node build. Creating node builder if it doesn't exist. So it should be right here, node, and then the package JSON. So this one isn't working. Compass root dev. It couldn't be this thing. That's the issue, could it? Or let's just save our spot there. Package is backend. Okay, that's coming from probably wherever we're running the script, which is in the root. All right, I'm feeling overwhelmed, so we're gonna take it back. We're gonna take it back a step. I'm not gonna try to fix it all at once. What I'm gonna do is, I won't get to finish this on the stream, but we're exiting real quick, and then I'm gonna check if just that worked right here. Real quick. And if this doesn't work, I'm going to go back and I'm going to exit a little earlier and then just be methodical about it. Figure out what's the actual command that's going wrong. I feel like this feels like something silly. It feels like one of those things where it's just silly and something changed, some little thing changed. So I will, I'm going to keep going down this direction. There's a minute left before I got to run though. So we're changing gears real quick. To say, oh, I don't like doing this. I don't like checking. This feels wrong. But I'm trying to point out that trying to be a little more consistent with these. The theme for 2024, consistency. So we got 4 weeks in a row of three actually, of streaming. I actually streamed in the morning, but because of technical issues, it didn't work. So, but I was consistent. I got done tonight, so we still made it happen anyway. We're taking next week off for Christmas, and then next year, early 2024, we're going to do this. I think that's all, guys. You're welcome for just, I'm sure, impressing all of you with the raw intellect that I possess at a keyboard. I mean, I should be charging for this. But for now, that's it. Goodbye.